New developments tonight in the saga of Great Lakes cheese and a discharge into Ishua Creek that led to a very large fish kill incident there. Lawmakers are now being told that infrastructure issues appear to be the cause of it. 2 on your side's Nate Benson joins us now in studio. He's been pressing very hard for this new information all week long, and he joins us now with the latest. Hey, Nate.
Yeah, good evening, Scott. According to a lawmaker that spoke with the DEC commissioner today, systemic failures of wastewater treatment infrastructure at the Great Lakes cheese plant were the cause of the latest incident in Ishua Creek. Lawmakers weren't thrilled with our report Thursday, which called attention to 20 violations at the Franklinville cheese plant since November. Not the report itself. Senator George Borrello and Assemblyman Joe Sembolinski actually spoke kindly of it.
That is how I learned about the additional prior situation was from your guys' reporting.
You informed me for the first time that there were these multiple violations.
It was the fact that they were left in the dark by a state agency about repeated violations made by a company in their district.
It is frustrating as an elected official that that's how I find out things, and I've expressed that.
This is not something that we should have been blindsided by. So I'm absolutely frustrated with that.
Because it's their office that gets calls from constituents when something goes wrong. And they've received numerous calls about the Great Lakes cheese incident. But if they're not in the loop, they can't keep their community from worrying if they're safe.
And that's why every interaction that I have had with the DEC throughout this entire process, that's the first thing I brought up is, are we sure people are safe?
It was Senator Borrello that spoke with the DEC commissioner after our report about violations. And now he has a better understanding that the latest discharge incident is part of a systemic problem at the plant.
It does appear to point to the fact that they have to make some significant changes to their infrastructure and waste handling. And that does appear to be what's going on and the path that they're headed down.
Data from the EPA shows that within 2 weeks of the $720 million cheese plant opening in November 2024, their wastewater treatment system violated its discharge permit. And every month after that, seemingly towards the end of each month, the plant would violate its permit again. Almost like clockwork. Since our report Thursday, one of the main questions by viewers, lawmakers, and even myself, where was the DEC when these violations happened?
The answer I got was more or less that the information was lagging and that the data had to be compiled and analyzed.
Borrello added that none of the previous violations led to a massive fish kill incident, which is why they weren't flagged by the DEC. Assemblyman Sembolinski, who sits on the Environmental Conservation Committee in the legislature, wants to wait for the investigation to complete, but isn't ruling out a hearing about the incident.
I'm all about transparency. And people are going to want that. They want to know what has happened, but then also, are we in a situation where we are confident that this isn't going to continue into the future?
Senator Borrello said that ammonia has been identified as the main culprit of this incident, according to the DEC commissioner. Prior to the August incident, the factory was flagged for violating its permit in July for sending ammonia into the creek more than 700% over the permit limit. Once again, the DEC nor Great Lakes Cheese had any comment for our story tonight. On your side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.
All right, Nate, thanks for staying on top of that for us.